Now, usually, I try to make videos that inspire you to travel or chase your dreams, and I'd much rather you watch those. But I do realize that a lot of times chasing your dreams end up becoming a business. So I thought I'd lend a helping hand, or two.
Another one, net return on assets. Why did I call them return ratios? Boom. Because we use return to describe them a lot. And we're talking about putting money in our pocket. I actually love these videos because it's very hard for me to stumble or like not be able to rationalize what it is that I'm talking about, because it's all about why we do business. We want to put more money in our pocket, and I get very excited about that. You and I as business partners, you're going to be very, I don't know if it's going to be irritated, but you're going to realize that every time we talk about return ratios, I pay attention a lot more. So net income over total assets, that's our net return on assets. And what does it entail? How much money do we get to put in our pocket every period that we're looking at, that we care about, as a result of having all this stuff? What's the point of having all this stuff and calling ourselves a business if we're not putting any money in our pocket? I can collect as much money as possible, which is our sales over total assets. But I don't care about collecting money, okay? That's not why I was put on this planet. I wasn't put on this planet to be the best at collecting money. I was put on this planet to put money in my pocket. All right, that's why you chose me as a business partner, because I get excited about finding ways to put more and more money in our pocket. And net return on assets. All right, this is whenever we have conversations about, hey, should we like invest in that like stuff over there? Like, this is what I'm going to be thinking about, because I'm always going to be thinking, all right, well, if we actually do invest in that, if we actually do expand our property, plants, and equipment, I better be putting more money in my pocket, and it better be a lot more money in my pocket. Okay, so I'm going to use all the ratios to find the right combinations of the right decisions to make, the financial management decisions to make, and eventually I'm going to want to manage the amount of stuff we have so that it's bringing in a lot of income. Did you see that? Did you feel that dramatic pause? Did you feel it? I love that Obama pause. Okay, so the net income over total assets. Again, it's at this point, I hope it's getting repetitive for you, where you're like, ratio. I see what it says, so I know what it is. Why do you have to write it down again? Because that's how easy this should be for you at this point. All right, you're not reading a textbook anymore. This stuff just makes sense. Okay, so net income over total assets, the net return on assets. So realize net return, we're always talking about net income. Okay, so if this is talking about net income on assets, we already know that literally it's net return is our income, right? Like, just watch what the words are telling us. Net return, I wish I had said this earlier. So it says net return on assets. Net return is our net income, money we get to put in our pocket. Same thing, really. I'm basically reduplicating. Net return on, literally, if you draw it out, net return is on top of our assets. I know this is redundant, but it says net return on assets. Net return on anything is going to be that, the net income being on top, literally, if you draw it out, on top of that thing that we're looking at, right? So, yeah. Just to emphasize how much business wants you to get it, right? So we're going to look at I'm just going to add total here because, OCD and stuff. I don't really have OCD, and I apologize if I offended anyone with OCD. Okay, so let's move on before I make it more awkward. Net return on assets. You're going to look on your balance sheet at the total value of everything you have. Let's say we're growing a little bit. We're growing. I'll risk my math. $200,000 worth of stuff. Everything put together that we have. And in a certain period, we're 20,000. Let's say $20,000 we're making on a month. We're looking at a month, okay? We're able to put $20,000 in our pocket after a month of work. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'm pumped. Okay? Get out the zeros. Get the same amount out from the bottom. Okay, so 1 to 10. And obviously I chose numbers that are easy for me to divide. But it says 1/10, which for us, well, for the guys that want to be fancy about it, it's definitely just 0.1. but really at the same time, it's 1 to 10. So every $10 value of stuff we have, we're bringing in $1 in a month that we get to put in our pocket. So we're not just bringing it, we're not just collecting it. We get to put $1 in our pocket. We can argue if that's enough, but I'd say for a company in its beginning stages, we haven't even reached our growth phase yet. This is pretty healthy. It's pretty promising. We're establishing ourselves, and we're already starting to see a return that makes us hopeful for the future. It's going to depend on our industry, as I've said multiple times, our philosophy, yada, yada, yada. But you want to compare from period to period. Are you getting better at putting money in your pocket as a result of all the things you've accumulated? Yes, you have more stuff, but are you stuffing your pockets with more money? I can't believe I just did that. That was amazing. I'm going to end on that note. All right, so net income over total assets is your net return on assets. How much money am I stuffing my pockets with as a result of all the stuff that I have? Yes, I repeated it. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person.
Thank you so much for watching. Turning a dream into a reality usually ends up becoming your business. That is why we have the Helping Hands videos. Subscribe, like, and feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bands of Kindness, our Facebook page, is also waiting for you. See you in the next video. Until then, be your best and never stop learning.